All right, we are going to start today with some toasted brown sugar vanilla coffee creamer. It is a phenomenal coffee creamer. First thing in the morning, gives you that sweet toasted flavor of the brown sugar and toastiness of the vanilla that just adds a little bit more warmth to your daily coffee drink. So we're going to get started here today. First, we're going to start with our ingredients. We have our brown sugar, the toast of the recipe, some good old vanilla extract, about a half a cup of water, a little pinch of salt, and then our container that will help us store. Now we're going to add some more milk to it towards the end, but the first thing we have to do today is that we have to toast our brown sugar or get it to a liquid form. So we're going to start that process right now. So the first things first is to get our saucepan onto medium to high heat, depending on what type of stove you have. Right now I just have an electric, so it does take a few minutes to start to warm up. So we test to see how warm it is by holding our hand over there. But once it starts to get a little bit of temperature on that pan, we're going to take our half cup of brown sugar, place it into the bowl, just like that. And then we're going to add a half cup of water to make sure that the brown sugar does become that syrup, so that you can put it into your coffee creamer or into your container, so that it gives you that rich, violent flavor. Make sure you have the spoon ready to go so that you can give it a little stir, so that it does not melt to the bottom of the pan. All right, now that we have our brown sugar mixture starting to evaporate, with all the water starting to go out of our saucepan, we are going to add a couple splashes of vanilla. Depending on how much vanilla you like, will determine how much you should, but it should be anywhere between 1 to 2 tablespoons. So that's going to be measured just like that. Go 1, 2, and a little more for that vanilla taste. That is super delicious in that morning coffee. It adds the notes. Then I like to add a little salt to the mixture just to make sure that we get all the flavors, all the exciting flavors of the brown sugar and the vanilla added into the coffee. Plus it adds a little bit of minerals, being a Celtic sea salt. So we're going to let this reduce. It's going to take anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes to lower the level. So we're going to wait for that to get done. Big thing while you do this, just make sure you give it a little swirl every once in a while. Again, we're trying to prevent the brown sugar and the water mixture and the vanilla goodness to stick to that pan. And making sure that you have your temperature at a nice consistent low to medium to keep it from burning. Okay, it's going to start to bubble and sizzle and give all that great flavors. The longer that it makes, the longer that you let it go, the more color, more vibrant, and that liquid's going to reduce. Now, be very, very careful. If you reduce it too much, it will not mix with the cold milk. Or half and half that we are going to add with our coffee creamer or with our syrup. So please be careful. So don't let it go too long. Again, we try to just let it look and feel, see how much water is still in that saucepan, and let it go until, again, about 5-7 minutes. Could be less if using more temperature. So just be mindful of that.